Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
How you doing, Brent?
I'm doing good, Dave. Thanks. How are you?
Great.
Good.
I was, flabbergasted, amazed, excited. I don't have any more descriptions that fit what feelings I had when I swore I was taking Oliver up to the north end of town last night to go out and do some trick-or-treating with some friends. And
yeah.
Boy, I tell you, around the North Park School, there was just kids everywhere.
Yeah,
much
good.
more active than our neighborhood. I don't know, just I suppose being around the school and so forth, but lots and lots of kids out. And I saw, I swore at first it was a costume of Brent Apperson.
A costume of me, huh?
Yeah, some
Okay.
youngster out there.
Well, that would scare a lot of people.
But then I realized it wasn't. It was Mr. Peabody.
Oh. All right. Sherman and Mr. Peabody. Yes. Well, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was exciting there for a moment.
So you see a resemblance between Mr. Peabody and me. Is that what you're trying to say?
I didn't realize that,
Okay.
but then I realized also that the person was too tall to be you.
Oh, thanks. All right.
Now, we're going to get along this week, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to pick on you at all.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Got along so well last week when I kind of laid off a little bit.
Harmony was everywhere.
So, okay. Well, good. Well, I'm glad you had fun trick-or-treating. It was a nice evening,
Wasn't
right?
bad. Not bad. They was talking about rain and maybe snow and all of that. Well, that held off.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think it was more comfortable last evening than it was during the day. So, yeah, for this time of year, it turned off pretty nice.
When the wind doesn't blow, it just makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it?
Very much the truth, yes. Let's see here. But there was so much that happened last week. I don't know whether we can put it in a encapsulated form here. But we do have a few things to cover this week.
Mm-hmm.
But, you can do it better than I. But I was thinking about all the great contests that were held last week in volleyball and football and all the kids' efforts. Some fantastic contests.
Mm-hmm.
Hats off to the kids, the coaches, the fans. Win or lose, it was a great fall season. Now, It's not over yet because we have some postseason things still going on, but just a lot of really good efforts out there, I think.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, we had, of course, all of the classes had their state football playoffs going on this past Friday. Of course, Broken Bow played against Pierce, came up a little bit short, but what a great year!
Good year,
man. It was a fabulous ride, and we want to thank the guys for letting us come along for it. Broken Bow girls volleyball team, of course, made it to a district final, fell a little bit short against a really good Bishop Newman team on Saturday. So, third straight district final. I want to say fourth district final in 5 years.
It's pretty darn good.
I think. I hope I'm right on that. But anyway, congratulations, Coach Morris and the girls. Great season. You had other area teams making it into a district final in volleyball. You had SEM. What a great year for SEM.
All the way around.
Made it to the state football playoffs. Fell just a little bit short in the six-man playoffs against Arthur County. I think lost by, 7, if I remember right. So great game there. SEM girls had a great volleyball season, made it to a district final. So congratulations to them. I'm trying to do a bunch of this off my head here. State football this Friday. Wow. Ansley, Litchfield, and Mullen. Yeah. What a game that must have been. My gracious.
Talked to a dad about that yesterday, to one of the dads, and he said there were emotions flying everywhere in that one. And, of course, Mullen's always good. They're just a tough bunch of kids up there, whatever sport they're playing or running or whatever they do. And so you're going to have your hands full, especially at Mullen, and they never disappoint. They're always competitive. And Ansley Litchfield went up there in overtime and squeezed one out in a dramatic win. I think that's the way you put it. And the dad said it was dramatic and emotional, and everybody was crying. And
oh, I'm sure. The Ansley Litchfield down by 14 in the fourth quarter. Came back and tied it, won in overtime. So congratulations to Mullen on a great year. Like you said, great bunch of kids up there. And Ansley Litchfield moving on to the state quarterfinals, where they will play the defending state champion Bruning Davenport Shickley, and they get to host it. So that's awesome.
That is awesome.
So congratulations to those kids. Best of luck to them. Of course, we had Sandhills Thedford. You helped Jeremy with that, doing the video of that this past Friday. They just continue to roll. So they're going to be at home again. And so we wish them the best in the quarterfinals. We're planning to do another video stream of their game for you, so you can keep track of that on Friday. And then, excited for this one, Anselmo Myrna. What a great win for them against Stanton in the football second-round playoffs of Class D1. And they now will move on to play Burwell.
Again.
The rematch.
Oh, man.
And we're going to be there.
Oh, man.
Why wouldn't we be there?
Yeah,
that's going to be fun. We're going to broadcast that for you on KBBN 95.3 FM on Friday night, and Myrna against Burwell. So those are the two that we've committed to. We'll kind of see what
unfolds.
What unfolds and maybe what we can do. But anyway, that's what we're planning as far as coverage goes on Friday. So congratulations to them. And I know I've left teams out as we've kind of visited a little bit about what has happened. Oh, I guess I should mention Anselmo Myrna girls made it to state for the first time since 1972 in volleyball. I don't know how I forgot that. Congratulations to them. I had a chance to be there at Hershey when they won the district championship. We broadcast it on the radio. It was just great to see the excitement of not just the kids, but the community.
Yeah.
They were so happy for their girls and making it to state for the first time since 1972. So congratulations to them. They'll play Humphrey St. Francis in the opening round of the state tournament on Thursday morning at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Match time is early. It'll be 9 o'clock, be the first match of the day. And, of course, we'll be there to cover it for you on KBBN Radio.
I listened to your call, and then, of course, the post-game I thought was really cool because you got to talk with a couple of the players and the coach. Here's the thing. Let's just make a comparison here. I saw a little post yesterday that was kind of interesting, that the grandmas of some of the kids playing, they made it in 72. So some of the grandparents of those kids that qualified this weekend started the volleyball program in 68, 69, and they were developing years, and they were pretty good, and then they went in 72. So a lot of these ladies out there that were rooting these kids on were former players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is neat, isn't it? Yeah.
That played clear back in the early 1970s, and the program was just beginning because I don't believe every school had volleyball in the late 60s for sure, and it's really just got going in the early 70s. So for a dry spell to be broken, it's pretty cool to have grandmas sitting up there remembering when they played and started the program, basically.
Yeah, that is pretty neat. And, I know with covering Broken Bow, Gothenburg is in the Southwest Conference.
Yep.
And Gothenburg qualified for state for the first time ever.
I heard you say that.
So congratulations to them. That's awesome. When you haven't done it for a while or ever.
Yeah.
To go is just pretty neat. So, yeah, we look forward to covering the state volleyball tournament. We'll have Anselmo Myrna's matches for you on KBBN radio throughout the tournament. And we look forward to state football on Friday. It's just a great time of year.
Yeah. I love you get to all the games and I hardly get to any. And so being able to go up on a beautiful Friday afternoon to Thedford and watch the kids play up there was a real treat. I don't really remember, being, up and I had spent some time up in the boxes over the years, but not a lot. But I don't remember having the sun in my eyes and being hot at a football game.
Yeah, you probably did on Friday, didn't you? It was a nice afternoon.
The coaches had their shorts on, and people were dressed like it was maybe like early June rather than late October. But Sandhills Thedford, boy, what a bunch of determined young men, and the coaching staff and everybody, community's just having a blast, and they'll be fun to follow. But that weather was amazing on Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah, Kirk and I were, of course, at the Broken Bow football game, and we had the windows out, and I think I was in my T-shirt till halftime.
Yeah, I took along a pullover
and that
sweatshirt.
that was in the evening. So
took that off before the game ever started. It was just everybody was commenting about the weather, how beautiful it was, and it just made everybody smile, and all the thank yous afterwards from the people there about being there to cover it. It was, and you get that a lot with these communities. They love having their kids highlighted and shown on either the screen or on the radio, whichever we can swing, but. Yeah, the communities are great.
Yep, and the business support we get just amazes us each and every year. So thank you so much to our businesses from all of our area communities that sponsor our broadcasts and allow us to go do what we do. I thank you very, very much because, it's how we make a living. So thank you.
And make a living and have fun at the same time.
Yeah.
So we'll see, like you say, we know what we're doing for sure, and then pin on time, I suppose, and so forth, what we can pull off. And we have been
personnel.
We've been a little short-handed. So, if Jeremy Shipe has me on a video camera, we're pretty short-handed. So
yeah. And is it okay for me to brag about one of our employees?
Oh, I don't see why not.
Okay. Jeremy Shipe went to Sandhills Thedford with Dave and helped out with the video stream and did play-by-play, I think, through the first half, if not into the second half, just a little bit.
He left about halftime.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, because we were shorthanded, he flew to Myrna, called the Anselmo Myrna Stanton game for us on the radio. And then, because we were shorthanded, we kind of had Jeremy has never called a volleyball match, play-by-play, ever. And he and his wife had plans to go to Lincoln. And so, because Wahoo is so close to Lincoln, he went and covered the Broken Bow Bishop Newman match for us because there was no way I could go from Wahoo to Hershey and be there by 6 o'clock. So he went and did that. I thought he was amazing. For his first volleyball play-by-play, Jeremy, you are the man.
He's talking about being in the system and all of this stuff.
I know.
Where do you get all this?
I'm like, this guy has listened to a lot of John Baylor do Nebraska volleyball matches. So we appreciate him and doing that for us. And that's really kind of how we were able to get both volleyball matches on the air Saturday. So I just wanted to tell him thanks publicly.
Also, thank you to the PA announcer up at Thedford because we kind of surprised him and we said, well, Jeremy's going to have to leave. We're going to put a mic over here on you. And he was so cool about it. And I wished I had his name. He's a pastor.
Oh, yeah.
And because I said, now we're going to put a mic over here if that's all right. So you can't, don't cuss or anything because, well, my other job's being a pastor. I don't think I have too much trouble with that.
Well, that's good.
What a wonderful guy. He brought us water. He just was really cool. And he did a great job. And we're not going to do school lunch menus.
Okay, yeah.
So,
we're getting to talking now.
So he has he's so he's a multitasker, so he would announce over the PA. In between that, he would do play-by-play. So
really?
Yeah. So if you get a chance, go back and watch and listen to, because it's posted, of course, because it was video. And he would say, and quarterbacks back, and then the play would be over, and then he'd go on over the PA, and then he'd come back and he'd fill in between. Play-by-play, he did a fabulous job.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was so great doing that, and I didn't catch his name. And then the other thing too, thanks to Sandhills Thedford's head coach, because he came up as he always does to do an interview, and we didn't get time to tell him the situation before.
Sure.
So. We didn't get to talk with the coach, but we'll get that done next time, I'm sure. But,
yeah, we'll do that this week, actually.
Yeah. But I'd already started taking things apart. Kind of. I don't know where all that stuff goes. I just put it in a box and hauled it home.
Jeremy will sort through it.
He
Don't
already
worry
did.
about it. Did he?
Yeah. But yeah, I just thought the PA announcer. And here's another thing about this gentleman. We got to get his name. Such a nice job of complimenting both teams when he was, over the PA, on the video broadcast too, of course. But, I just think he just did a great job of complimenting all the players, no matter which team they were from. Of course, he got very excited when Sandhills Thedford would do well, and they dominated the over Mead, but very complimentary. I thought it was very nice.
Good.
We'll gather up the rest of the school lunch menus and do those tomorrow. Let's play a quick game here.
All right, let's do. We're going to ask another question kind of regarding scary movies since we just came off of Halloween.
All right.
All right. So here's your question for today. What horror film was the first movie to show a woman in just a bra and a slip?
Really?
Yeah. Your choices
It's
are...
a family show,
I know it is. Your choices are The Haunting, The Wax Museum, The Bride of Frankenstein, or Psycho. What horror film was the first movie, I don't think I knew this, was the first movie to show a woman in just a bra and slip? The Haunting, The Wax Museum, Bride of Frankenstein, or Psycho? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Nowadays, they would all be that. But
I was going to, yeah.
Call us at 872-2801 as Brent requested.
Ansley Lumber and Supply is proud to be your full-service lumber yard. From premium lumber and top-quality building materials to paint, tools, and ag supplies. When you drop by Ansley Lumber, their crew is prepared to help you with your project. From the materials for building a house to the accessories and pieces needed to make it a home. Ansley Lumber hopes you stop by to talk to them about your dream project. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley, or call 308-935-1815.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow if auto owners make sense for you.
All right, we have Tiffany on the line. Good morning, Tiffany. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. Here's Brent with the question.
Okay, Tiffany, what horror film was the first movie to show a woman in just a bra and slip? Was it The Haunting, The Wax Museum, Bride of Frankenstein, or Psycho?
I'm thinking it's Psycho.
I'm thinking you're right. Good job, Tiffany. And because you've answered correctly, we have a certificate that'll get you a free 6-inch sub at Subway here in Broken Bow. So just come on out and see us when you can.
All right.
Thanks, Tiffany.
You too. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Well, good answer there. And, I don't actually remember that scene. I guess the shower scene is so crazy that, it doesn't show anything in the shower other than her head.
I hate to. I have never seen Psycho.
Really?
I haven't. I've never seen it.
It's pretty creepy, really.
I know the.
That's the knife in the shower.
Uh-huh.
But that was an Alfred Hitchcock film.
Hitchcock, yeah.
So he had a way of showing you things without showing you things.
Mm-hmm.
When the knife scene, then you saw the blood going down into the drain, but you didn't actually see, just saw kind of a silhouette. It was, for its day. I didn't remember that part of it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Thank you, Tiffany. We will not have a grocery cart in today. Just received word on that. So let's just talk a little bit about the grocery cart and what they have been doing for you for a number of years now. And that is being open 7 days a week and having the store fully stocked and ready to go for you as best possible these days. But in years past, when the supplies were, orderable and you would get them on time, they always had everything you need, and they still do 99%. A few things that are in demand these days that they have trouble keeping stock, but who doesn't? And they've also had to shorten up their hours a little bit at the deli because of the help situation in the area, and a lot of people are going through that. Put all that aside, and you still have all the great products, services, and friendly service that the grocery cart's known for. And here the other day when Steve was on the air, he was talking about that they are going to, down the road, install some self-checkout counters. That's on the way for you. So I know a lot of us probably go, I don't know if I want to do that or not. Well, if you think about having just a couple of items in your hands, or maybe you have one of those little carts that you've just picked up some milk and bread and some things, those checkouts are going to be pretty handy to be able to self-check out on when you just have smaller items or a smaller order. And then some of you will love it so much you'll do your whole order that way. We don't know when those are coming, but that's just kind of what the grocery cart has been all about. If you watch the evolution over the years, from when it started, it was kind of a warehouse type of store where you went in and you bagged up your own groceries and you carried them out. It was more of a warehouse type of store. That's what it was known for. And then pretty soon they put in tile and widened the aisles and added on. And then here comes Chester's Chicken and the deli and the place you can sit down and eat at while you're there. And they never quit growing. And I know Dave Green always said, if you don't grow, you go away. And they've had that philosophy with the partnerships and so forth. And Steve has been a perfect fit as manager. He's such a good guy. And his wife is wonderful, and he loves having his family here, having his daughter go to school here. They've just been a perfect fit. And so that family tradition continues at the grocery cart. Right now, we know that food prices are on the uprise, like a lot of things are going to be here in the next several months, if not next year or two, from some of the economic pictures they're painting. But you can rest assured that Steve and the grocery cart crew will do the very best to put up the tags that save you money, to have the specials, the different specials that they have every week, and the bonus points where you can actually get free groceries and things back. They'll continue to keep you informed as to how they're going to try to help you save some money, whether prices are up or normal. But it helps a lot when they're up a little bit.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I can't add anything to that. There you go. They are your full-service grocery store.
Yep, and remember, they're always busy there when you drive by. The parking lot's almost always usually full, but don't let that fool you. Two things. There's plenty of parking on the west side, and then also when you get in the store, even when the parking lot's full, there's so much room in there. The aisles are so nice and wide, and the checkers are ready to go. It's not congested even when both parking lots are jam full. They just have it set up pretty nicely, and coming soon, you'll be able to check yourself out when you so desire at the grocery cart. And again, if you're looking for a good job, go talk to Steve. I've got plenty of openings there, all departments, and they want to get their staff, fully staffed and fully charged again, like everyone else, and they'll treat you right at the grocery cart.
There you go.
All right, it is about 5 minutes away from the top. I think we've been yapping here quite a bit.
Yeah, we have a little.
Maybe we should play a little music here this morning and invite you to stay tuned for the rest of the show. We do have on our list here, we're going to be visiting with Runza and the Broken Bow Area Rotary, plus we have some other things we're going to tell you about. And we'll continue probably to talk a little sports. I don't know if you want to talk about the Huskers or not. Maybe we just leave that alone.
I didn't. Thanks to Anselmo Myrna playing when they did, I really didn't see. I watched some of the first half, but I didn't see one play of the second half, and I'm glad I didn't.
That was a blessing.
So
it was a blessing.
It was all good for me Saturday night.
Here's Chicago on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Good morning.
Yeah. We have a lot going on.
I was just going to say, I'm just going to kind of turn this over to you ladies because you brought us in a lot of material about a lot of things that you have going on.
Well, first of all, I want to hit up on, we're going to skip ahead a couple weeks real fast, and then we're coming back. On November 17th is when we have Maggie Malone, the Olympic javelin thrower, who will be on Zoom with us. So if you're interested, contact us through Facebook, catch somebody who's in Rotary. We will get you the link. She's going to talk a lot about leadership, what it was like to be in the Olympics, what it's like to make the finals but not place, the disappointment there, and coming back from that. And so we will be speaking with her on November 17th at noon. We will be at the library in person. She will be on Zoom, so it's definitely going to be a mixed meeting. You're available to come in either format.
Okay. So do you have to come to the library for that, or can someone get on their own computer
They can definitely
and
get
Zoom
on.
in? Okay,
Yep.
that's what I figured. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, you just got to let us know so we can get you the link.
Get the link. Okay.
So.
All right.
Then, secondly, we have next week. This is going to be a big one. I've got like 5 sheets in front of me here, which just makes it look really impressive.
Yeah.
Deb has really been working on this along with everybody else in the Rotary, but this is kind of her baby, I think we might call it.
I'm about to give birth.
She's to a semi-trailer. So we are bringing in a human trafficking education trailer. And we were going to definitely emphasize that this is a public event. The schools will be coming individually. Every school in Custer County has signed up for this.
We have 7 schools coming in.
Wow.
Yes. And we're really excited to present this because while we don't think about it much here in Broken Bow, human trafficking is a huge problem in our state and in other states. So we want to educate our children and parents about this. So I'm going to turn it over to Deb. She's got the public dates here.
Like we said, we have 7 high schools throughout next week will be coming in, and they're looking at their 7th through 12th graders to visit the trailer and to attend an assembly to talk about the dangers that lurk out there. But Sunday night, this is pretty important. At 7 p.m. at the Broken Bow Middle School auditorium, we are inviting all of the parents throughout the countywide, to visit and to hear the assembly that their students will be hearing later in the week, and to visit the trailer if they choose. They're going to actually show at the assembly the videos that are shown in the trailer. So you'll be able to see exactly what your kids are going to see and what we're going to talk about. And also that evening, Sheriff Osmond will be there, and he's going to present on some really
Helpful apps.
Helpful apps.
And not helpful
and
apps.
not helpful apps because our kids, it's hard for us as adults to realize that when we're on social media that we feel like we know who's out there. But you never know who really is on the other end of that line. And the trailer really emphasizes how easy it is to get drawn in. There's the stories that are told in the trailer are literally internet connections. One gal kept saying it was just one post, just one picture. And then also the care that these predators out there use in grooming our youth. And they'll take a long time to groom that student. When we think of trafficking, we think of the child being snatched off the playground. I mean, that's the picture that I, as a grown-up, have in my mind. But literally 80% of those that end up in human trafficking are lured in through the internet.
They willingly go.
Because they don't know who's on the other end. Like this one story in the trailer, she kept going, oh, he was so nice. Guess what? He wasn't nice.
Yeah.
And we just feel that this is critically important. I visited, I ran into this organization about 2.5 years ago in Denver. I was at a large Rotary conference and visited the trailer and got to talking to the people that put it together, that own it. And their company is called Global Connection International. And they are the folks that run this are absolutely dedicated to getting this education out there. And I started working on trying to figure out how can we bring this trailer into Nebraska, and just really wanted to bring it into Custer County. And then COVID hit. So it waylaid everything on that planning until now. And then when a week opened up in November, they said, we can bring it. The trailer actually during the year is located on the other side of the Vail Pass. So once the big snows hit, it gets parked.
Right.
And they now have 2 places they operate out of, Colorado and South Carolina. But the most important thing is that it's going to be in Custer County next week, starting November 7th is when they arrive into the county. And there are 2 big days that if everyone out in the KBBN and KCNI world would mark on their calendars, Sunday night at 7 o'clock, and then there are a couple of times on Wednesday. On Wednesday at noon, our Rotary Club is hosting a lunch and learn at the municipal building. Please bring your lunch. We'll have the coffee on. And they're going to do the same assembly that they're going to do Sunday night. They're going to repeat at noon on Wednesday. Sheriff Hosman will also be there for that one. The trailers can be parked at the municipal building, so then you can visit it if you wish. And then we're going to repeat that again at 5:30 that afternoon on Wednesday, November
10th. The 10th, November 10th.
Thank you. So Wednesday, November 10th at noon. And at 5:30, we're going to host a business after hours. And through the day, we have other people that we're going to doing specific assemblies for specific bodies of people. Dan Knoll and Rod Sonicson have been working very hard on this. When we suggested this to them, Rod just jumped all over it and said, we've got to bring this in. And so the city employees are going to attend one of the assemblies. I've been speaking with some of the folks that are involved in our service industries, our hotel industries, and they're going to send their folks over. There's lots of bodies of people I haven't talked to yet, but I want to. So, Mary Jane, I am going to come talk to you. So I don't know what else, Jess, am I forgetting?
Well, this is a huge effort. Deb has put in a ton of work. I've followed her around to a few places and spoken with a few people, but she has done most of it. It's a collaborative effort. Okay, now if I miss somebody, get me. So we have the Rotary who's sponsoring. We have the city who is helping out, Healing Hearts and Families.
Yes.
The schools are helping out with some of the payments.
Oh, my gosh.
The hotel has cut us a deal. Runza is providing meals. I'm not sure if I missed anybody.
It's been every superintendent office that I've walked into over the last about 3 weeks. I'll sit down and I'll start to talk about it and goes, Deb, how can we get our kids involved? I walked in one superintendent's office and he said, you're not going to believe this, but yesterday we had a faculty meeting and somebody brought up needing to talk about the dangers of social media. Goes, I walk back in my office, I open up the email and you've sent me an email going, hey, can we meet? And then 5 minutes later, I pick up the phone and it's you calling and go, hey, how does 9 o'clock tomorrow morning sound? So, and each one of them has said, how are you paying for this? Well, help. It is so important that we get this message out. You just don't know who's on the other end. And some of the apps are, not only do you not know who's on the other end, but some of them have the capabilities of tagging you where you're standing. Where are you standing at that exact moment in time?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, it's just dangerous what they could do. And I'm a Facebook junkie. But maybe I should be a little more cautious, too. No, they don't want old fogies. But it's just, you just don't know.
Well, I know that there was this thought, and I know it does, obviously, the I-80 corridor. You see this happening along I-80, but they're going off I-80.
Yes.
Yes,
And
they are.
they're going away from the I-80 corridor. They're looking at other places, rural areas. This is important stuff.
It is. And as a therapist, I have actually worked with kids who have been groomed up to the point of they've left their house. And not, I work all over the place, from Grand Island to Broken Bow and even farther north. So don't think it doesn't happen here, because I've seen it personally. Thankfully, it was caught early enough that the kids weren't ever taken or anything like that. But it's very scary when you think you're working with a kid who's being trafficked, and you see the signs, and the kid's like, no, you have no idea. That's my boyfriend. And I'm like, have you ever met this person? Yeah, I've met him. And sometimes, we had an incident. There was a big one in the McCook Imperial area. Grand Island had one where a student and a teacher were collaborating and trafficking children.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and that wasn't that long ago. And both of those were within the last 3 years, I think.
Well, and it has hit home.
Yep. And
we have a good friend right now who lives in San Antonio, whose daughter's been missing for a week, and they're really looking at this because of the internet. One
of the things that
she's got, it's just scary.
Kind of popped up here. You made kind of, as older adults, we make fun of ourselves about Facebook and that, but we just read an article last week that most kids, they're not Facebookers. They're
Twitter, Snapchat,
all the other platforms.
Instagram.
They don't use Facebook. And as adults, I think these classes will help, because there's a lot of different platforms out there that kids are using that we know nothing about. Not just the apps, but the actual platforms themselves. There's been a lot of things said about TikTok and some of those that haven't been healthy. So maybe that discussion would be a good one to have with this as well.
Yes, and that's where Dan Osmond is definitely going to come in. He's doing research. He's putting the big ones together, and some suggestions on parenting apps like Bark or Guardian. I'm not getting paid to say those, by the way.
Okay.
They're just familiar.
Are you sure?
Yeah. But if they want to pay me, that's fine. But those are some that I know I use with parents in therapy. I say, you might want to do this. You might want to monitor this, because it does give a lot. And kids are smart. They know when you stick those apps on there, they sometimes find ways to get rid of them, and I always tell parents, you have a consequence ready for that one. Like maybe their phone disappears.
Yeah, I had a conversation, because I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but one youngster said, so-and-so was sending me messages, but her folks don't like her being on that particular platform, okay? And I said to that youngster, I said, well, how does she keep that from her parents? And he goes, well, she sends me messages. I don't know how she keeps it from her parents knowing that she's sending them. And that is probably the crux of the problem with these people that are communicating with kids out there trying to lure them away, is the kids actually hide that from their parents, I would think. Well,
and it's easy to sit back and say, oh, I think my next-door neighbor should be worried about that, but not in my home. Yeah. We've got a stable home life. We've got all of this. Well, one of the stories that they talk about in the trailer, this gal came out of a gated community in Denver.
We're not going to give it all away, though.
Yeah.
You got to come see the education trailer.
Yeah. In other words, she's telling me to be quiet.
Well, there's a lot of different aspects to this.
It's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's the scary part. But if we can, the whole goal here is, if we can educate as many of the people in Custer County as we can. Let's educate our teachers. Let's educate our parents. Let's educate our employees that are out. It's like in talking to Dan, he said, the police force has been educated, but let's get the city workers employed, because they're out there all the time. They're on the street. They see what's happening. They're observant. Let's teach them the signs to look for. If we can just teach and inform as many people in this county as we can, then maybe we can put up a little guard that says, not here.
Well, this is really a week-long opportunity,
it is.
Right?
We go all the way through Friday with schools and things like that. It starts on the 7th at 7 for the public, and we go all the way through Friday with schools. So, I know Broken Bow has already sent out a letter. I got it on email the other day. So Broken Bow parents for sure have been notified. And I'm guessing the rest of the towns probably have sent their letters out as well. I just don't get those. And so it's, if you're a parent, come to this. Make the drive over for that 7 p.m. one or the noon one on Wednesday or the 5:30 one on Wednesday, because this is a big deal. And it, like I said, it does happen. And it's not just like in Grand Island. I can think of a specific client that happened closer to the middle of nowhere than we are. And so, internet's everywhere. And so their reach has really extended in terms of trafficking because the internet has expanded.
So on Wednesday, you're going to have the city assembly at the Fox Theater, correct?
Yes, and everything else will be at the municipal building.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
So
Correct.
Sunday night, middle school auditorium up at the middle school there at 7 p.m.
And that's November 7th.
Yep. And then Wednesday, the 10th, is at noon and 5:30 p.m. at the municipal building.
All right.
And then all Wednesday afternoon, starting at noon through basically when people stop coming. I didn't put an end time because we'll go as long as there are people there. The trailer will stay open. The trailer will be open at the municipal building.
Which, though, Dave, thanks, because that reminds me. I missed one. I told you, Fox Theater donated their theater for all these assemblies for the schools.
And it's literally, I didn't walk into any office that they didn't say, this is a big deal. We think it's a big deal.
Well, it's great to have it here. Thanks to you and the Rotary for bringing it here for this several days of education. That's how it all works. If you know what the subject is, you know how to handle it, right?
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. So
they adapt just as well. So us as parents, us as a community, the students, we all have to learn to adapt with the people who are being illegal, I guess.
Yeah, bad people.
Yes.
We don't understand that way of thinking, but they're out there. There's no doubt about that. Is there anything else with Rotary? You mentioned the presentation of with the Olympian. Is there anything else that you have on the agenda that you wanted to mention?
Well, our basic motto is the service above self, and that's the whole focus on pretty much everything we do. We're just try to bring education in and just try to help out where we can. Everyone is always invited to anything and everything we do. Everyone's invited to all of our meetings. There's nothing
We're
secret.
on Facebook, so
We're on Facebook.
for us old fogies you can keep up with.
Yeah.
And middle-aged fogies.
60% of us out here. That's
Yeah. So if you want to hear that presentation by the Olympian, please contact us. You can contact us through Facebook. I'll give out my number here. It's 308-870-4894. And that's my personal cell phone. You can text me, and I will give you the Zoom link. If you didn't write that down, sorry. You're out of luck. I just gave it the one time.
I'll probably post a log on to our Facebook page. And that would be probably the easiest way to do that. Just thought of it.
okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Good luck with all this. I hope people will take advantage of the offer that you've made. Appreciate it.
Definitely take advantage of this because it's a huge opportunity for the town, your kids, for the community, for the state, county, everything here.
The entire area of schools. So.
And we're hoping that kids will recognize in their friends something that maybe isn't just right. Because they may talk to their friends more than they talk to anybody else.
Yeah, good point.
No doubt. Thanks, ladies. Appreciate it.
Have a great one.
Thank you.
Cattle producers, AeroSeed is your one-stop shop for power fencing needs. AeroSeed has all the supplies, including high-tensile wire, posts, insulators, and energizers to build or replace a solar, electric, or battery-operated system. They offer products from Gallagher, the most practical, affordable, and dependable range of animal management systems on the market. Should anything ever go wrong with your Gallagher Energizer, you won't have to send it off somewhere to be repaired. Most often it can be repaired right at AeroSeed. Get your Gallagher power fence and supplies from AeroSeed on North 10th Avenue, Broken Bow.
Off-Broadway invites you to the Senior Movie Matinee, the second Saturday of each month at 2 p.m. at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. November 13th at 2 p.m., head to the Fox Theater and watch The Searchers. The first 50 people to arrive each time will get a kids pack for free, which includes popcorn, pop, and candy. Don't forget, the Senior Movie Matinee is the second Saturday of every month at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow at 2 in the afternoon. Brought to you by Off-Broadway and Govia Brothers Mortuary. For movie announcements, watch the Off-Broadway Facebook page.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we wake you up?
Nebraska's favorite way to start.
initially ask you for money, but instead they give you money. Asking you to deposit funds into your account is the first step of many financial scams. At Nebraska State Bank, we're here to help and protect when someone is trying to make you their next scam victim. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
8:32 is your time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, and we did receive a message or two in our chat box, Brent. Elaine Anderson was very complimentary about sports coverage. Also, we heard from Jennifer, who said it was Ron Mastens was the announcer at the Sandhills Thedford game.
Oh, nice.
And he told me he's also a pastor up there and PA announcer and now a radio announcer as well.
Yeah.
Thanks to his versatility. And hello to Denise this morning. Good morning to you. And to Jody, who congratulated the Swedes this morning. So
good. Some
nice notes there. We have a very nice lady in the studio with us as well. Joyce Richardson is here from Runza.
Good morning from Runza.
Good morning to you. You're a happy young lady. You love the snow.
I am. These are some of the best days of the year right here today.
Well, as Brent said, you know what? This is laying nice and flat. It's really not that cold out.
We don't even have to scoop it this morning.
I know. Wasn't that nice?
It's a perfect snow.
Yeah. I walked out and went, ooh, I wonder what it's like out at the radio station, and pulled in here. I thought, we don't even have to get the scoops out.
No, and so many people, I know they don't like snow, and I know it really hinders harvest, and I understand all those things, but I've been a snow lover since I was a kid, and it's not going to change.
So you made a lot of snow angels then in your day.
Probably, yeah.
So do you have a lot of snow globes that you just shake?
No, I don't.
So, okay, I was just wondering.
She likes the real deal, Brent.
Yeah, the real deal.
Yeah, there you go. Can I open with the first question?
Certainly.
All right, the Apperson family have become lovers of the Philly Runza.
Oh.
Is it going to be here a little?
I'm going to break your heart.
Oh, rat. See, this is what I was afraid of.
First thing on my list. We think today will be the last day.
Oh, well, I guess I know where I'll go for lunch.
Yep. It's really had a good run. I'll tell you what, that Philly Runza has sold like I don't think anyone predicted probably.
So when that really hits the home run like that, does the company look at maybe bringing that back down the road?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm sure we'll see it again. It probably will be close to 10 months probably. It'll probably be the same window that it was this year, which was September and October. So don't know that for sure, but that's probably what it'll be.
Something to look forward to, Brent.
Something to look forward to.
It was really good.
It was really good. And
anyway.
it was so loaded because we start with an original Runza, and then we add more meat, that Philly steak meat and the Philly seasoning and the Swiss cheese and the onions and green peppers, and it's been very popular. But, yep, if you want one, you better get it today because officially it ended yesterday, and now we just sell them until we are out of product and thinking we have enough to get through probably most of today, and it'll be done.
Okay.
Yep, so today is Philly Day.
All right.
All right. Sorry to break your heart.
That's all right. Hey, I enjoyed it while it was there, I'll tell you that. It was good.
Starting today is our Runza gift card promotion for the holidays. I know it seems a little early to talk about the holidays, but people are starting to think about their shopping and so forth. And when you buy $50 in Runza gift cards, you get that $10 holiday gift card free.
Wow.
So it's the time to start thinking about those gift cards, how many you're going to need. You can buy $50 in a gift for someone else and get yourself a free $10 gift. Or, of course, the $10 one looks very nice as well, and it can be used for a gift as well. So,
well, you're right. It seems a little strange to be talking about it, but there's 2 months left in this year, and they're holiday months, so yeah.
And you'll get that free $10 with every $50 you buy. So if you buy 100 in gift cards, you'll get 2 free $10 cards, and it just goes up from there. Wow. So it's not just limited to one card by any means. So,
with everything out there about supply and demand and so forth, as far as shopping goes, you could just go ahead and do all your shopping this way.
You're
and
right,
have it taken
because
care
these
of.
cards are not floating on a barge somewhere.
That's right. They're here.
Yes.
Believe it or not, we do have those. We have supply issues on other things, but not on gift cards. So, yes, good point, but absolutely. So anyway, that starts today, and it runs through December 24th. Buy $50 and get 10 free. So coming up, yes. Of course, the soup, chili, and cinnamon rolls are back. So famous, I think made famous, I believe, in Nebraska is chili soup and cinnamon rolls. We have those now and selling lots and lots of both of those. We did have a supply chain issue with our potato bacon, and we were not able to have some of that for a while. We should have it back on the menu by late afternoon, early evening today.
Okay.
So it's a favorite of people, and we know it and wish we had it, but promise it'll be on our truck that comes in today, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. But otherwise, remember, we have broccoli cheese on Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and that Wisconsin cheese on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So
that sounds perfect.
It's a good day for soup or chili, let me tell you.
No kidding.
Remember, also on Wednesdays, we have those pigs in a blanket, and then you can add the chili to those during this season and get that chili cheese pig or the chili cheese fries. And those are both real popular items. So
yeah.
Good time of year to get those. Wanted to remind people that we can certainly bag your meals separately. We've been doing that for folks as they're taking meals to the field.
Okay.
If you want to just be able to take it back to the field and hand a sack to each person, just let us know when you're ordering, and we can certainly do that. It works well. You don't have to dig through a sack and divide it all up for people.
That's great. And I got to think the guy in the combine or the loader would be real happy to get that, that cheeseburger or whatever you have
we
in
had
there.
one yesterday. They got double cheeseburgers with, I think it was Frings and bottled waters. And it just, everybody had their own sack, their own bottle of water, and they took it that way. So works pretty well.
Yeah, sounds good. I wish I was harvesting right now. I'd give me double cheeseburger.
Yeah, exactly. Can't finish without mentioning that today is Kevin's birthday. So,
oh wow,
and he had to
happy
go in really
birthday.
early today, so he's at work early this morning. But happy birthday to Kevin!
Happy birthday, Kevin!
Yeah.
Way to go!
Yeah,
probably first one in the door for his birthday.
Well, between he and Dixie, it was probably a tie as to who got there first this morning. Dixie's an early bird, thank heavens, because she gets us rolling in the morning. But he had to be there real early as well. So happy birthday to him, and we're certainly thankful for all he does for all of us down there.
Yeah. Well, he does it so calmly.
He does. You're right. I always say I get to go out and do all the fun stuff, and he does the stuff that really makes the wheels turn. And that's the absolute truth.
Well, he's a good guy. From the time you guys hit town, you've done more than run a business, and we appreciate that.
Well, thank you. Broken Bow, Custer County has certainly blessed our lives, and we're happy to still be here. Never thought we would be. That wasn't the plan when we came, but here we are.
You've told us that, and I'd be a lot less cats around here if it wasn't for you, too.
I know. Maybe a lot more. I don't know.
I meant to say more, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so I think that's kind of the main things. Remember, if you're in love with that Philly Runza, come in today, get that one last taste of that, and start thinking about those gift cards for Christmas.
Okay.
Joyce, one more thing, because I know my family's taken advantage of this. You guys do frozen runzas, right?
We do.
That people can buy and then take and just bake at home. And
they're baked.
They're baked. You just warm them up in the microwave or whatever.
Yep.
And our family has really found those. We've really enjoyed those.
They really come in handy. Yep. Yes. And generally, we always have them on hand. If you're really planning to take them somewhere, a lot of people pick them up, take them to their kids out of state or something like that. You might want to come in a few days ahead and get them, just in case we would be extremely low the day you actually want them. But for the most part, 364 days of the year, we probably have them on hand for you. So, and they are originals, is how they're frozen. Because in the restaurant, as you would do at home as well if you bought a frozen run, we add the cheese and anything that goes in a runza to make it different than an original. That goes in after they're baked.
Okay.
So these are just baked original, frozen, and you pop it in the microwave generally about 2.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They travel well.
They're
travel
real
very
handy,
well.
let me tell you.
Yep.
And good, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They warm up very, very nicely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for helping with the rosaries, the Rotaries Human Traffic Education Trailer. I know you donated some food to that
yes,
as well.
We're going to be doing some meals for that group when they're here. So
for folks out there who are planning some gatherings, are you still up for putting things together? I'm not talking about donations so much as people having as you mentioned, it's holiday season's coming on, parties, gatherings, business things.
Yep. Give us a call if we can deliver to your office, like for an office party, or call and see if we have space in in our party room if it's a smaller group and you just want a small group to get together. We have a lot of groups booked in there, but there's days too that are still open. So if you want some space in there for a gathering, let us know. Absolutely.
Boy, what a day you're having. It's your husband's birthday.
And it snowed.
It snowed.
Yeah. He probably wouldn't feel that way about the snow, and it's his birthday, but...
And we still have one day left to get a Philly Runza.
Yeah.
Yes, what a great day.
It's all good.
It's a great day in the neighborhood.
Thanks, Joyce.
Thank you.
Runza in Broken Bow, open 7 days a week. Got to see you open up about 11?
We open at 10:30, both in the dine-in and drive-through. And then dine-in closes at 9 and the drive-through at 9:30.
All right. It's all good there. Stop in. And you can drive through or stop into the restaurant. It's open and running like usual. And it's
absolutely. Always looking for a little more help if anybody has that in mind.
Yep. That's a given these days.
It is.
Stop in. Very flexible there as far as your hours go. Kevin and the crew put that together.
They do. Yep.
Right. Here's Blackberry Smoke. It's Bad Behavior Day.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, there's a day that we, salute bad behavior? I thought that the goal was to eliminate bad behavior.
Well, it's not really saluting it or honoring it. It's just acknowledging it.
Oh, okay.
So that we don't behave badly.
Oh.
Now, we didn't mention any birthdays. I didn't see any locally. And there's not any real whopper birthdays today. Kevin, yeah, that's probably the most important one of the day.
Yeah, that's a celebrity birthday.
It is. It is. And I'm just kind of looking here to see if I missed anything. Lyle Lovett is 64 today.
Oh, really? Oh,
yep.
All right.
Grammy-winning country singer. And also the first husband of Julia Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
That was a wedding that everybody scratched their heads at. They're still very close friends.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Kiedis is 59 today, is the lead singer and co-founder of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I think we had another birthday from the Peppers last week. Rick Allen is 58 today, the drummer for Def Leppard, who lost his arm in a car accident and made a comeback and plays the drums yet today for Def Leppard. So those are some of the birthdays. If you're celebrating one today, you're celebrating with those folks and many others. It's also National Calzone Day.
Oh, I like calzones.
You do?
Yes, I do.
I don't want to ruin this for you, but you know what it is.
Well, I think I do.
It's a folded slice of pizza, basically.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Uh-huh.
It's baked or fried dough, and the pocket is filled with cheese, pepperoni, and other good stuff. But the calzone is also, in Italian, it's the name for a sock.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So when you're eating a calzone, you're actually eating a sock full of goodies. That's the whole idea there.
Oh,
was that bother you at all?
No, not really.
Okay, good. It's also National Brush Your Teeth Day.
Oh, good. I did that this morning. So
they really encourage that after Halloween.
You
know, even the adults dip into the candy bowl.
Oh, yeah.
So get out that brush if you haven't already. And now, do you want one of the bad behavior ones to start with, or you want me to start? I'll start kind of light.
Okay.
Kind of not too heavy here. Now that we're coming out of Halloween, I have a question for you and our audience. Do you believe in ghosts? I have a feeling you don't.
Nah, not really.
Okay. Well, a new survey from YouGov says 41% of the people surveyed believe ghosts exist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 out of 5 claims to have had a personal encounter with a ghost. They surveyed 1,000 U.S. adults, and 41% believes in ghosts. Some say they've saw them. And I think it goes back to the 60s and 70s again. Brain cells. I don't know. You know, people do claim that they have those experiences. Maybe we shouldn't doubt it if they've had them. We don't know if we haven't had them, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Bad behavior.
What's the deal? They list bad behaviors in your story, or what?
No, there was just a lot of stories that were about people behaving badly.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
I thought, well, that seems to be the theme today.
Okay.
Before we do that, let's save a good story for the end then.
Always good to end with a good story.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a man with a suspended driver's license attended a Zoom hearing while driving. So they were having his hearing on Zoom, and he was driving with a suspended driver's license.
And the reason for the meeting in the first place was driving with a suspended license.
Yes.
So he's doing this while he's driving.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So let's just start to think now of the rules that he is breaking. Okay, number one, he's driving with a suspended license.
Yes, he is.
Number two, you're not to be Zooming somebody while you're driving, right?
No, you're not.
Okay, so there's 2 big strikes against him. Wow, that's interesting.
While driving his car, he was doing this Zoom meeting. The judge was not amused, especially when the guy from Michigan told the judge, "Are you having a bad day?" Now, I guess the video hearing has gone viral now, and the guy's in hot water. But instead of taking responsibility, he's trying to profit from his viral frame by selling merchandise with the phrase, "If you're having a bad day, just say that."
Well, maybe that's what maybe funds from that is what he's going to use to pay his fine or whatever.
I don't know. People are kind of amazing. Kind of amazing. Okay. Do you have some things you want to highlight?
Sure.
This just kind of blows you away, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yes. Especially, I mean, you just wouldn't think. I mean, if you're to meet with the judge about driving with a suspended license, I don't think I would be driving while I'm talking to him.
And then say, "Judge, are you having a bad day? Because you're kind of crabby."
Oh, my goodness. Well, let's see. Let's tell you about a job opportunity that is available. Ansley Public Schools is looking for a bookkeeper accounts manager for their office. Knowledge in accounting and computer skills is a plus, but not necessary. Training will be provided. You can send your letter of inquiry and resume to Gordon Goodman, Superintendent of Ansley Public Schools, at P.O. Box 370, Ansley 68814. Also, they're looking for an assistant cook. This could be for full or part-time. And again, send your letter of inquiry and resume to Ansley Public Schools or give their office a call if you have questions about these positions. Number is 308-935-1121.
Very good. Very good. More bad behavior stories?
Sure, yeah. I'm kind of liking these.
A man gets record-setting fine for an assault on a plane.
Okay.
Now, I read this one the other day, Brent, and I thought it was so awful that I didn't think I should maybe read it because the assault is on a lady. This guy assaulted a lady on the plane. So here we go. As bad behavior on airplanes is rising, so are the fines. A guy from Hawaii who punched a crew member on a Delta flight to Seattle last December has been indicted by a federal grand jury in addition to being charged with assault and interference. The 21-year-old was fined a record $52,000. And folks say it doesn't pay, to get worked up. Now, here's what happened. This is not in this story, but when I read the story the other day, it's the same incident. He accidentally bumped someone in the first class section, I believe it was, as he was going through. And there was a little altercation, and then he said, sorry. Well, then he must have brewed in his seat a little bit and went back up and got in an argument about this minor infraction of bumping elbows, I don't know. And evidently the lady with the crew stood up for the person that he was arguing with. And so then he went back into the plane and punched her in the nose.
So it was a flight attendant then.
That got
right?
punched.
Who was just trying to kind of be a peacemaker.
I guess.
And oh, man. Yeah. So, some of us just have a short fuse, don't we?
Well, that's just ridiculous. Yeah.
Wow.
So here's a little officer of love for you
Okay.
from camp.
off fashion boots from Bourne, Earth, Soft, L'Artiste, and Clark's. We're definitely sitting in the middle of fall. It's fashion boot season, so come and save 20% on them at Bow Bootery, your home-owned shoe store on the square in Broken Bow.
The leaves are changing and falling to the ground. We're in the middle of fall. Celebrate the season with great items you can buy at Barney Health Mart, your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. They have marked 20% off all fall decor, including garden flags, mailbox covers, and accent magnets. Save on fall items and use them right away. Shop at Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. We have a little news lined up for you next. Then Brent has some more pertinent information to bring you, and we'll have more stories about bad behavior this morning. But we're going to end with a good behavior story.
Good.
So stay tuned. That's all coming up.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The UN Climate Summit has begun in Scotland. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
We have the technology. We can find the finance, and we must. And the question for us all today is whether we have the will.
He said the world is strapped to a doomsday device. The global death toll from COVID is now topped 5 million. Dr. William Schaffner from Vanderbilt University Medical Center says this number is breathtaking.
It reemphasizes that this is a pandemic. It's something that involves the entire globe's population, not just the United States.
The Supreme Court will hear arguments on the new abortion law in Texas. Here's CBS's Jen Crawford.
The question is who can sue to challenge the law, not the bigger issue of whether Roe versus Wade should be overturned.
It bans most abortions after 6 weeks. They'll consider Mississippi's law next month, which bans abortions after 15 weeks. CBS News Brief. I'm Stacey Lynn.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Deb Carson.
Starting with breaking NFL news, Titans running back Derrick Henry may have suffered a season-ending foot injury during Sunday's win over the Colts. That's according to Adam Schefter. Henry will have an MRI today to determine the extent of the damage. Sunday night football action was a Cowboys-Vikings matchup. Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott sat out to rest his calf injury, so Cooper Rush got the start. Rush hit Amari Cooper for a touchdown with less than a minute to go in the game as the Cowboys edged the Vikings 20-16. Dallas improves to 6-1 with 6 straight wins. World Series Game 5, the Astros stayed alive. They rallied from a 4-0 deficit to beat the Braves 9-5. Game 6 comes up Tuesday night in Houston. In college football news, Gary Patterson is out as TCU's head football coach after 20 years. Horned Frogs have lost 3 in a row and are now 3-5 to start the season.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, a winter weather advisory continuing. Low snow likely, could mix with some rain into the afternoon. Around an inch of daytime snow accumulation expected with highs in the mid-30s. For tonight, any light rain snow mixture ending early, low of 26. Tuesday, partial sunshine, low 40s. And for your Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies, working up to a high of 46 degrees. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation is your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer specializing in pivot maintenance and repair. But did you know they are also licensed electricians that can do all electrical work that is agricultural, commercial, and even residential? Yes, that means new houses and remodels too. Get a free quote within 24 hours and Custer Electric will have you on your way to your new home. You did your pivot maintenance, you made it through service season. Now it's time for grain bin season. Custer Electric and Irrigation sells Conrad American grain bins and will service any and all grain bins you may need worked on this year. New bins, rewires, fans, motors, capacitors, belts, pulleys, and everything in between. Lance and crew will do it all at a price that's fair to you. Custer Electric and Irrigation is your one-stop shop for all electrical, agricultural, and commercial needs. Call today at 872-7786. Check them out on Facebook or go to custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
32 degrees, cloudy skies, but the winds are not howling and blowing and the snow is stuck to the trees. It's very, very picturesque out there right now. Hope you're getting along all right in the snow. So far, we have not received any reports of slick road conditions. Speaking of that,
yeah,
there's a road warrior out there right now. Married to you-know-who.
Okay.
You know who.
I know who, but do our listeners know who?
You want to tell them?
Oh, we can. Should I tell them who we're talking about or who they're married to?
Well, since it's his birthday, we should, pay attention to his birthday.
Yes, definitely. Mark Wells is celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday, Mark.
I bet you, Mark, Christy is going to buy you a steak dinner tonight when you get done moving snow.
Or go home and prepare one. Nice kind of candlelit dinner, maybe.
Some chocolate cake for dessert.
Yeah.
Maybe with syrup over it. Little Frank Sinatra on the stereo.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there you go.
I don't know whether Mark likes Frank Sinatra, but...
Happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday,
Hope
Mark.
you have a good day.
You bet. Well, let's see here. More bad behavior this morning.
Wonderful. What did you say? It's Bad Behavior Day?
Well,
Is
we're
that
just
what you
calling
said?
it that.
Oh,
okay. We're the Breakfast Show Bad Behavior Day.
Oh, I see. You're just calling that because in your show prep, you recognized a lot of bad behavior stories.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Social media star arrested for provoking a high-speed chase is the headline.
Oh.
A TikTok star from Florida was arrested Friday for deliberately provoking a high-speed chase with state troopers, all for the fun and some footage. 18-year-old Demurray McEulin ran a red light, did a burnout, and smoked his tires trying to get the cops' attention. And he did.
I was going to say, did it work?
The dude was arrested at his home later on. After reading him his rights, he claimed he was young, makes a lot of money, has a fast car, and can do what he wants.
Oh, well, okay. I'm just thinking back to when I was 18. If I would have ever went to my dad and said that, he would have he would have informed me that even though I'm 18, maybe I can't quite do just whatever I want to do.
You can't probably do that anymore, but back in the day, you would have got slapped around for that.
Oh, yeah. Quite frankly, for me, the police would have been the least of my worries. I'd have been more worried about my dad.
Oh, well, let's get a little faith in here from the fabulous Thunderbirds.
at Pearson Physical Therapy.
Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers has just listed for sale the Divine Ranch located in southern Custer County, Nebraska. This 2,700-acre combination ranch is offered in 3 tracts or as a whole, with a center pivot, dry land, and quality hardland range. The South Loop River runs through the ranch, providing for good sub-irrigated meadows and ample hunting opportunities. This is the first time this ranch has been for sale since it was homesteaded in 1889. Call me, John Farley, or check it out at LashleyLand.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
9:14. Don't you wish you could talk that fast?
Uh-huh.
What do you have over there for us, Brent? Some more information that people can use?
Well, absolutely. How about another job opportunity? The Ansley and Broken Bow housing authorities are currently taking applications for a full-time maintenance staff position. Hours would be 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Looking for someone self-motivated, dependable, and has a valid driver's license. A variety of work in the maintenance and repair of buildings and grounds. Also, you would be doing lawn care and snow removal as well. Wage would be based on experience and or certifications. Benefits package includes things such as health, dental, vision, insurance, also vacation and sick time. To apply, just stop by and pick up an application and then submit a resume to the Broken Bow Housing Authority, located at 825 South 9th Avenue, Broken Bow. For more information, you can call 872-2850. That's 872-2850. Again, the Ansley and Broken Bow Housing Authorities looking for a full-time maintenance staff person.
In a recent survey, they ranked the cities with the rudest drivers.
Cities with the rudest drivers. Wow. Okay. New York's got to be up there.
You might think so. Ranked the top 20 cities with the rudest drivers, and New York and L.A. didn't even make the top 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that, of course, I've never driven in either one, but never even been close. But I don't know. Those probably would have been the first two I would think of.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think a lot of folks in New York don't even try to drive. They just take subways, trains, taxis, and don't try to deal with it. But there's still some, there's still.
Is Chicago there?
Boy, it should be.
Oh, you have a little experience, more experience with Chicago than I do.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'll ever drive in Chicago again. I did one coming out of Chicago once, and it was kind of scary.
Yeah.
If you don't know your way around very well, you're going to get yelled at.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think I told you the story where there was a funeral procession going through, and so the funeral home stopped at the intersection to hold traffic up, and the people that were being held up were yelling at the funeral home.
Oh, man. Oh, that's rude.
That's rude.
Speaking of bad behavior.
The number one city cited for rude driving behavior is Pocatello, Idaho.
Really?
Yeah. It was followed by Caldwell, Idaho, and Alexandria, Virginia. The data was based on insurance claims and a number of traffic violations. The survey says the most common rude driving offense is not stopping for a red light or at a stop sign.
I see.
So I don't know if it's so much yelling and cutting in as it's just breaking the law.
I see. Okay.
Now, you're a pretty honest Joe. Someone asked you this. Now, we have three stoplights here in Broken Bow, right?
Okay. Yeah. I had to think.
Do you ever slide through on yellow?
Well, you can.
But,
right? If it's still if it's yellow, you can go through the intersection.
Yeah.
Correct?
Well, that's a determining factor there. When you know it's been yellow a long time.
So you're asking me, have I ever sped up to hit the yellow? Is that what you're asking?
And then it turned red as you was going through.
As you're going through? Maybe.
Maybe.
I can't remember.
Oh, good. You can't recall?
No, I can't. I don't recall that.
Oh, I hope there's, we're talking about studies all the time, and I'll probably make somebody mad here, but I'd like to have a study done in Broken Bow is what would happen if you took one of the stoplights, be the furthest one west,
okay,
and moved it to the courthouse.
Oh, so take the stop. So don't eliminate a stoplight. Just move the stoplight that's by the bonfire intersection and move it west a block.
Yeah. Just because there's such a log jam between the stoplights anymore. It only takes 2 trucks and a minivan, and there's no room.
Yeah, good point.
And the turning lanes that we have are somewhat dangerous. Have you ever been getting ready to pull in the turning lane and make a left turn, and somebody's pulling into the turning lane from the other way? And you almost collide?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. To me, I don't know what you do about that. But I just wondered if we moved the stoplight that, as you said, is by the hotel, move it west to where the courthouse is, that it would spread things out just a little bit, and it would also slow traffic down before it gets right in.
Before you're coming right into
the heart of town. Because I do worry about people who actually think that people are going to obey the law and stop when they're in the crosswalk by the courthouse, because it ain't going to happen. About 80% of the time, nobody gets across there until there's no traffic at all. They're risking their necks if they go out there with the traffic coming through on that particular crosswalk. There's just nobody that stops for pedestrians there. So I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. I certainly understand what you're saying about the way it can get log jammed there, because it sure can.
Yeah.
We've all kind of been there.
I understand why you need one if you have a stoplight. It makes sense there at Varney's because that's the intersection of 2 highways. And First Avenue, where that stoplight is, you've got the Becton Dickinson factory employees that.
And that one got added when? I know
that was after the first 2.
When I first moved here, I don't believe that light existed.
Right. So there had to be a study indicating that light was needed there. And maybe I'm way off here, but it just seems to me like there's no room between the 2 stoplights.
Yeah.
And then the other part of it I always worry about, and the other is the pedestrians trying to get across from the courthouse across the street there. I don't know. It's pretty scary right there. And they're still coming in pretty good speed there.
Yeah.
Not to mention the little situation we have out here, where if you want to turn in the radio station, you're checking your rear view mirror the whole way.
Trust me, it is scary. I hear you. Yeah.
I mean, pulling into this place, folks, is an adventure.
It can be.
If you got traffic coming from the other way, I've actually just went on by.
Yeah, especially if you have someone right up behind you.
Yeah, they're not looking for me to stop, especially if it's a big truck from here.
Yeah. And if you put your blinker on, they're expecting you to turn at the Callaway Road rather than turn in early to here. Yes.
I've either went by or I've ditched at the house ahead of here, just because if there was maybe a car coming from the other way, I'm thinking I can get into this turnoff and get into the other lane and get off the highway. But if you come past the house, and like you say, if they see your blinker, they're thinking you're going to turn at the Callaway Road. there's been some pretty scary moments.
Mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, when we talked about having our celebration for our 70th anniversary.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to have it here.
I'm not having that many people trying to make a left-hand turn.
Yeah, that was a wise decision.
Because that's scary. I don't know. But if they widen the road, then we'll probably have the highway come through the studio here.
Yeah, who knows?
It's not easy making roads safe for our pedestrians out there and for the drivers. Okay, that's the rudest things. I don't have any more rude things.
Oh, you're done with those?
Do you have any more things that you wanted to highlight?
Yeah, we got a couple of things. Actually, some more. I think all of these are job opportunities, actually.
All right.
So let me just finish them off here.
Cool.
Dana F. Cole and Company here in Broken Bow, they're looking for a certified, they are a certified public accounting firm, as we know, in Broken Bow, and they're looking for a full-time accounting assistant to join their team in providing bookkeeping services for their clients, in addition to some clerical and receptionist duties. Their office is located at 705 South D Street in Broken Bow, looking for someone with 2+ years experience providing bookkeeping services, experience in payroll, general ledgers, financial statements, and bank reconciliations, experience with Excel, Word, and QuickBooks, just some of the requirements. For more information, just contact Dana F. Cole Company here in Broken Bow, Nebraska. Again, they're located at 705 South D Street. And to take a look at all of the requirements and some of the other listings and benefits for this position, you can check out the full listing posted on sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the employment page. But again, Dana F. Cole Company in Broken Bow, looking for a full-time accounting assistant. Also, Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership. They're looking for an individual to work as a grant writer in Loop City. This would be a full-time, 40 hours per week position. Great benefits. You must have a high school diploma or equivalent. They would prefer somebody with an associate's or bachelor's degree in journalism, creative writing, or marketing. You would be preparing federal, state, and local grant proposals and seek new funding sources, including fundraising possibilities and expansion of current funding. For an application, just contact them at 308-745-0780. Extension is 0. You can also apply online by going to their website, which is centralnebraskacap.com. And finally, the Nebraska Department of Transportation is currently accepting applications for a highway maintenance worker in Oconto and for a highway construction technician in Broken Bow. For a full job description or to apply, you need to go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. An online state application must be completed, so again, you must go to statejobs.nebraska.gov to apply. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
Did you just read something for Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership?
Yeah, was it the wrong one?
No, Christy is here. Is this fresh material?
It is. It's hot off the press. Two more jobs.
Okay.
Two more jobs?
Yeah,
for Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership. Okay.
So we have Early Childhood Program Center Assistant opening and a Broken Bow Early Head Start Temporary Cook opening.
Correct.
At those same locations and numbers.
Yes, you can apply online by going to centralnebraskacap.com or call 745-0780, extension 0.
Well, what are you going to get your husband for his birthday?
Well, there's not much I can get him. He's got everything he needs.
Oh. Yeah.
A big fat.
Christy's like, he's got me. What more does he need?
Is that what you're thinking?
He's got it made.
Hey, you have a daughter that plays for the Enselmerna volleyball team.
Yes.
Congratulations, Mom.
I think I've watched the video and all day yesterday just spent time watching over and over pictures, videos of these girls did amazing on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when you talk to your daughter and the rest of the team members, would you kind of tell them not to maybe get so far behind early? It's just too nerve-wracking.
You think? I think the coach would like to tell him that too.
I would have to admit, when it was 11-0, told my wife, this is not good. This. I don't see how they can come back from that, and they did.
Yeah, they. Coming back from it during the match is one thing. And if you miss the match, Anselmo Myrna played Garden County in the district final, and Garden County scored the first 11 points. It was 11-0.
Yeah.
And Anselmo Myrna came back and won the set. That was, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that.
It was.
And I didn't realize until I listened back to it that AM was down 23-19. So they scored the last 6 points of the set
to win it.
And won it 25-23. And that, Christy was there. I think she would agree with me. That just turned the whole match around, because all of a sudden you've got one team that, they stole a set, right?
Yeah.
And they're just booming with confidence. And then you have the other team that blew an 11-point lead. And I felt bad for those girls, because you could tell for Garden County when that first set was over and Anselmo Myrna had come back and won it. That's really tough to overcome. Yeah. and AM just never trailed again.
Oh no, they finally figured out. We're like, yeah, we can dominate.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, and they did.
They got their confidence.
Volleyball again. Every sport, we always talk about momentum in sports. I just don't know if momentum plays a bigger role than in the sport of volleyball.
Oh, I would agree.
It's just crazy how things can change.
Basketball's a little that way when you get on like a 10-0 run or something like that. But you got more. You're playing to the clock there. You're not playing to the end of the points and squeezing it all at the end. So
yeah, volleyball's like baseball. There's no clock. You gotta. It's all. Yeah, you gotta win by 2.
Yeah, well, it was fun to listen to.
Yeah, so I told Jeremy I'll be gone Thursday and hopefully.
Now wait a minute,
Friday.
I plan to be gone too.
I'm going with you, Brent.
Can you do without 2 of us?
Well, if we get one back, okay. I think we get Gavin back Thursday.
Good.
Hopefully, and we'll see between now and then what we have for staff. But yeah, we'll make it work.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to be? I was going to ask you to be my color commentator, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you could
recommend that.
Yeah, I don't know if you could handle that.
I think that would be a little hard to do.
Yeah, it would have been. On those 11 points, I would have been a little struggling with color on that one.
It would have been colorful.
Yeah, it could have been.
We'll take a final timeout. We have that last good story for you. I think I might have thrown it away. I'll get it back out of file 13.
Grocery Cart has served Custer County for over 35 years. Right now, save on certified Angus beef sirloin tip steak, $5.98 a pound. In the dairy section, 2 good Greek yogurts are 4 for $5. Ream's egg noodles are $3.58. And in produce, Boathouse Farm carrots are 58 cents. Have a pasta night with Ragu pasta sauces, 3 for $5. In the deli, Kreshmar pepper jack cheese is $4.98 a pound. Pick up fresh baked cinnamon rolls too, $2.48 for a 4-count. Grocery Cart, East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
When you need safe, affordable storage, count on Central Nebraska Warehouse and Storage at 1042 North B in Broken Bow. Their facility is secure, clean, and offers easy access. Just call 872-5961. That's Central Nebraska Warehouse and Storage in Broken Bow.
Grain merchants. What if you could build a digital command center for your business? What technology would you want to include? With Indigo Ag, you can pick the features that work for you. Access customized data insights to evaluate supply and demand on a real-time basis at the local and national level. You can see how competitive your bids are, down to the penny, and make adjustments throughout the day. You can coordinate transportation and manage contract risk with a few clicks rather than a dozen phone calls. That will let you build an even more connected network with producers both new and familiar, and flexibility to transact in the ways that work for you and your team. It's your market, plus so much more. See how our technology can help move your business forward faster at indigoag.com/merchant. That's indigoag.com/merchant. Indigo. From questions, we grow.
Our final story of the day washes away all the bad behavior stories and leave it to some young people to show us how to do it.
Good.
2 middle school boys in Atlanta are being hailed as heroes after saving their bus driver from a medical emergency. The driver was having a mini stroke but managed to pull the bus over. The boys got on the mic with dispatch, put on the emergency brake, and calmed down the other panicked students. The kids flagged down more help until the ambulance arrived. The driver is recovering, and the boys were recognized by the school board.
Nice.
Not only were they immediate into action to help, they kept their cool heads about them and kept the other kids and calmed down. And this gentleman probably is, who knows, still here because of their help. So that's a good news story.
That is a good news story. Good way to kind of wrap it up.
Good way to wrap it up there, Mr. Peabody.
Oh, thanks. Bro.
Let me get the right screen here, and we'll get on out of here.
All right.
I'll be over on KCNI today, filling in for Mr. Jeff Bailey, and we'll talk to you folks over there. And Brent will be in later on KCNI to spend the afternoon with you.
Yeah. KCNI is just getting a big dose of Brent and Dave today.
That could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
But hopefully it will end on a good news story.
Yes.
Have a good one.